Today is day 65 of the Juice Feast, and boy am I getting hungry, really hungry, ready to eat. But I've got a few more days to go, so I'm going to hang in there. I'm drinking though, drinking a lot. Today I drank a lot. This is grapefruit juice and green juice mixed. Yesterday I was feeling so good, I was ready to take a run. It's one thing I've missed. I like to run, and I decided not to run while I was on the Juice Feast, at least not for the first 2 months, because I didn't want to waste my energy. If you overexpend your energy, then you don't have as much for repairing and regenerating your cells. So I haven't been running, and I miss it. Especially today was the pit run. And that every year in Oneonta they have a 5 and a 10K race. And it goes right by our house. And Nathan and I usually go running in that race, but not that I ever win. I mean, there are hundreds of people in that race. But it's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping I can start getting a little more muscle on my body again now that I've lost probably about 15 to 20 pounds. So I'm ready to start rebuilding and lifting weights and running. So why not? I'll drink to that. Last night I went to see a really fun play. It was called Mom, a rock concert. A rock concert musical. I put some videos up of it, but it was really, really cool. And then when I got home, my friend Annie, who used to own the health food store in Oneonta, she was recommending that people watch this film called Cherry Blossom. And so I stayed up a lot later than I wanted to, watching a really, really beautiful film. So, but the two of these were very interesting to me, and I've been thinking about them a lot. The first Mom, a Rock Concert musical was about how these women, they decide they're going to get together and do a rock band. They always wanted to do that. And so, of course, as a result of that, they get famous. And all but one of them really ends up leaving their marriages and having sort of distanced relationships with their children. But they do what they want to do. They find out who they really are, and they're really excited about that. Of course, two of them find out that they're either lesbian or bisexual, and they have an affair. And one of them, she's sort of like a Janis Joplin type. She overdoses, and it's good, you know. I mean, but the scary thing is if you really let yourself be who you want to be instead of sort of suppressing yourself to be a super mom and a good wife and all that, would you end up losing your family? Well, the second film, which is called Cherry Blossom, is about a woman who really wants to be one of these, I forget what it's called, a botu dancer. It's a Japanese form of dance. She really wants to be one of these Japanese dancers, but her husband, he doesn't want her to be, and so he has discouraged her. And so she sort of put it on the back burner, but it's really like in her, this desire to express herself that way. And then she finds out that he's going to die, and she really wants to go to Japan. Her youngest son is living in Japan, and she's always wanted to go to Japan, and she always wanted to see Mount Fuji. And so she asks him if he wants to go. He doesn't know he's dying. She knows he's dying, but he doesn't want to go. And so they go visit their other family, their other kids, and they are also distanced from their children, which is sort of sad. And the kids don't really want them there. And they like the mother better than the father. But then the mother dies. And the father ends up trying to resolve the fact that he kept his wife from doing what she really, really wanted to do. So he talks about having her inside of him, and so through his memory of her. And so he travels to Japan to reconnect her and to give her all that she wanted. And there he meets a young dancer who is mourning the loss of her mother. She's really young, like 18, and he befriends her. And it's through that relationship that he heals his relationship with his wife and with his children, at least with his son, to some degree. But I was thinking, she sacrificed herself. The second woman sacrificed herself for her family. We women, we tend to do that. We put ourselves on the back burner because we want our family to be self-expressed. But the statement was very powerful in the second film because she does fulfill herself. She does fulfill herself. So I've been thinking about both of those films. I encourage you to watch them. It brings up some sadness in me, and I'm not exactly sure why. Perhaps it's because you can never really resolve the fact that people leave and die. And you have memory of them, and you have a sense of their presence. But there's a sadness. There's also a sadness in that when you're with other people, you really need to suppress, or it feels that way, that you need to suppress some of the things, the selfish things, in order to be available and nurturing for others. Sometimes I think that in my primary relationship with Nathan, he teaches me how selfish I really am. And yet I think when you're healing from cancer, you need to be selfish. That's the whole point. You've gotten ill because you're always taking care of everybody else. And in some ways, you feel a bit resentful